Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coins and a Cigar. This is a Find It Friday edition. Hopefully, we can find something new and exciting. We're going to do a $105 coin roll hunt, $100 in quarters, $4 in nickels, $1 in pennies for $105. Looking for obviously any silver, any W's, any varieties, any rarities, anything that I can find that I can add to my collection that continues to grow and expand each and every day. So far on the year, or so far since I've actually started been doing this, I've done 100 rolls. I did the math, and I have found 2 silver quarters. That's not 11. That's just tick marks 2. That's the old school. 1 W quarter, and in varieties, I have found only 1, the Delaware Spitting Horse, which is a neat variety to find, but not one of the most valuable varieties to find. Our cigar of choice today is a Casa de Sueños. This is the Vitolas Fantasia. It's a very full-bodied cigar, a lot of chocolate, a lot of dark chocolate, almost kind of a creamy espresso chocolate, which is really good. A little bit of pepper on the end. Really one of my most delicious cigars. Big fan. And I'll obviously smoke that later because, as you know, there's no smoking in the coin room. Going to try something a little different and went and got myself a tripod, so hopefully I can open these rolls up and you guys can watch me see what I discover, see how that works, and if it works, I'll make it work further beyond that. I'm going to continue to try to expand and learn each and every day for new opportunities, new things. So let's see what we can find. All right, going to start with the nickels. Let's see what we can find. Put that aside. All right, I separate them by the Jefferson nickels as opposed to the newer variety. It really looks like all of these are Jefferson nickels. I don't see any of the newer varieties. It's kind of an older looking one. 1964. Another older coin. Looks like a 1940. 1946. Wow. It's a nice coin. Don't see anything that's silver, anything that's super exciting. That's actually a really shiny 1988, which you would expect it to be relatively shiny. If I take a look at the back, not even close to full steps. Well, nothing in here that is from the modern era. Where's that? 1989, Philadelphia. Also a pretty nice coin. All right, let me go through here and see what else I can find, and I'll bring you right back. All right, nothing in that roll except for these 1946. That's just really in bad condition, but I'll certainly set it aside. All right, let's move on to roll number 2 of the nickels. Got away from me there a little bit. Again, looks like another hodgepodge of Jefferson nickels. I don't see anything that's newer. All right, let me take a look and see what I find. All right, second roll of nickels, I found another 1946. Obviously in not good condition either, or worse than the other one. But I like keeping the older nickels, just for this nostalgia reason. You know, I always contemplate where they've been and what they've done, and you know, were they in the pocket of a soldier who just came back from World War II, kind of a thing. You know, it's always neat to think about. All right, let's move on to the pennies. All right, 2 rolls of customer wrapped pennies. Always intrigued to see what we can find in a customer wrapped roll, if I can get them open. All right, a lot of shiny, a lot of zinc sets. Obviously with these, I'll be looking for the 2023. Hopefully I'll find the VDB V Air. And I realized you weren't even on camera. There you go, look at there. I'll fix that later. A lot of shiny stuff. I'll obviously look for any copper as well. seeing what I can find. I'll bring you right back. All right, the only copper pennies I found were these: 1960, 63, 72, 76, 80, and two 82s. Now this 82 is an 82 Denver, and it weighs 3.1 grams. 82 Denver, 3.1 grams. 82 Czech, Denver Czech, 3.1 grams Czech. I'm looking for the small date or the large date. And I've got to say that looks like the large date, which is the less valuable one. If that had been a 1982 small date, it would be a really good find. Please help me out. I'll set this penny aside. If that looks, it looks like the large date just because of the gap there between the 2 and the rim and the definition on the number 8. But I hate to throw away or set aside a penny that actually has significant value. So please, please, please let me know and put me in the comments and confirm for my brain that is in fact the 1982 small date Denver penny weighing 3.1 grams. If it's not, I'm going to be pretty excited. All right, one more roll of pennies. All right, this time I'll try to actually dump them out where you can see what I'm looking for. Definitely, oh, look at there. Wheat penny on the end, or in the roll. I don't know if it was on the end. 1956 Denver. All right, we do have a wheat penny. That's nice. There's another one right there. That is hard to tell with my horrible lighting. A 1951 Philadelphia. Wow, all right, 2 wheat pennies mixed in with the newer zinc pennies. Let me see what I can find. Better selection there of copper pennies. These are all, if I can find my finger, 1959 Denvers. A really wonky look at 1966, and I'll show you that. That poor number 6 is a little askew. There's a 2009 Lincoln commemorative. This is the government years. I forget what it's called. The later years. 2009. And 3 wheat pennies. 1951 Philly. And I believe 2 1956 Denvers. One 1956er. And another really bad looking 1956 Denver. All right, still nice to find wheat pennies in that roll. All right, now we're going to move on to my favorite, quarters. All right, 10 rolls of quarters. Going to begin with the customer rep rolls. I have 4 of them just to see what we can find. Obviously looking for silver, any varieties, any airs, anything that we can find to help build the collection. Look at that. All right, let me go through it and see what I can find. Already a pretty scrungy looking one right there. 1966. 1966. I don't see anything that looks silver, or hear anything that looks silver. So I'll go through them and see what I can find. All right, nothing super exciting in that roll. 3 potential crossing the Delawares and 2 potential W coins. This is and this is looks like a Philadelphia. And Connecticut 1999 is also a Philadelphia. All right, let's see if we can find any airs. This crossing the Delaware coin is actually beautiful. Really good condition. But it's a really nice coin. But no airs. The next one, nope. Nope, nope. And nope, nope, nope. Just a really nice coin. May have to set that one aside. I mean, it's got some fingerprints on it. My fingerprints, obviously. And others. It's definitely circulated, but just a really shiny little coin. Nice. I'll set it aside and we'll go to roll number 2. Roll number 2, customer wrapped. Let's see what we can find. Oh man, I didn't get my super stack. That's a nice 2023 Anime Wong. All right. We have a purple quarter. Denver, Georgia. Interesting. All right, let's see what I can find. All right, that roll was a pretty good bust. Just one opportunity for a West Pointer, 2019 Lowell, and it is a Philadelphia. Do have an Alaska quarter as well that you're looking for that 6th toe, which you can kind of argue is there. There's definitely a die chip right there-ish. Doesn't really look like the 6th toe, and the Great Land actually looks like it's in pretty good shape, other than some compression errors. But nope, nothing to see here. All right, roll number 3. All right, roll number 3 of the customer wrap. Let's see what we can find. Holy cow, these are actually really nice coins. They all seem to be these are all really beautiful coins. Let me go through here and see what's in here. Philadelphia. Almost all of them look like Zitkala saws. That's pretty interesting. All right, let me take a look and go through here and see what's in here. Well, it was an entire roll of the Zitkala Sa coins. An entire roll, and they are actually in beautiful condition. 2024, all Philadelphia minted. This is one of the better ones, not the best, but one of the better ones. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll these up. If any of you want it, just send me a message. I'll just send it to you. They're pretty nice. All right, let me know. I'll roll them back up and pass them along if anybody's interested. All right, last roll of the customer wrapped. Let's see what we got. Did that a little violently. All right, let me go through them and see what I have. All right, that last customer wrap roll, kind of a dud. One Delaware coin that is not the Spitting Horse. Not a bad looking coin, but not what I need. And one potential W coin, the American Samoa. No blind bat, and it is a Philadelphia. All right, let's go on to the bank wrapped rolls, shall we? All right, roll 1 of 6 of the bank wrapped rolls. These I like because I can actually unroll them and look and see if there's anything silvery popping out. What is that on the end? Just a very damaged coin. All right, let me push these out and I'll see what I can find. All right, in that roll, 3 potential W coins, 2 of the Crossing the Delawares, 1 of the Kansas coins that we're looking for that Leaf Air, and a really beat up looking Eagleback. So let's take a look, see if we can find anything. Start with that Wisconsin. I think I said Kansas, I meant Wisconsin. Looking for that Leaf Air, no. Crossing the Delaware, hat, sword, or, nope. Hat, sword, or nope. 2019 Salt Marsh, or 2020 Salt Marsh is a Philadelphia. Denver, this was a 2019 American Memorial, nope. And the 2020 Land Stewardship is of Philadelphia. All right, next roll. All right, roll number 2 of the bank wrap rolls. And don't see anything that stands out silvery. So I'll take a better look. See what we have. Nothing in that roll except 3 crossing the Delawares that are no. I will find that error. I promise you all, I will find the die chip error, but not in that roll. All right, roll number 3 of the bank wrapped. And I don't see anything that looks silverish. Nothing that stands out. So let me go through them. I'll bring you right back. All right, roll number 3. Nothing super exciting. The Alaska coin. As my Tumlove timed out, the Alaska coin that looks intact. 2 potential candidates for the crossing. No. And 1 potential candidate for West Point. I can turn it around, the 2020 Salt River Bay. That is a Philadelphia. All right, 3 more rolls to go. All right, roll number 4. Let's take a look. Some shiny edges, probably newer coins, but I don't see anything silver. So let's take a look and I'll bring you right back. All right, absolutely nothing in that roll except for a bicentennial, which I always like to keep. There are DDOs. I mean, the D, the Denver Mint mark there, looks definitely clouded. I'll have to take a better look at this, but there are DDO errors that you can find on this. Look at the L. That's pretty interesting. All right, I'm going to take a better look at this. I'll set it aside and move on to the 5th roll of bank wrapped. All right, 5th roll. Let's see if we see anything silvery. Whoa, I totally messed that up. But I don't see anything silvery. So, just like before, let me go through and see what I can find. I'll bring you right back. All right, roll number 5, 1965 quarter that's in bad condition, but it weighs what it's supposed to weigh, so it's not one of the silver errors. Do have a potential W coin, the 2020 Salt River Bay, which is a Philadelphia. And also that Wisconsin coin that is looking for that leaf air, which I do not see. So, 1 roll left to go. All right, 10th and final roll of quarters. And we have nothing that appears silvery. There's one right here that's a little shiny, but I think it's just a new coin. Holy cow. It's definitely not a new coin. It's just a very bad condition coin. Definitely seen better days. All right, let me take a look, and I will bring you right back. All right, last roll, a couple more opportunities. I did want to bring out this Kansas coin, because wow, somebody really beat the you-know-what out of that. All right, crossing the Delaware, last chance today. No. The Spitting Horse. No. And 2 potential W coins. The American Samoa, the backs can see, and it is a... Whoa, look at there. Wow, nice. Very nice. American Samoa. That's a 20... Is that a 2020? Oh, it does have the VF75 on it. I didn't even notice that. Holy cow. Well, definitely going to add that to the list. That was unexpected. And let's take a look at the last one here. This is a Denver. All right. So, the last roll saves us. It's in ratty condition, but I will take it. Was not expecting that. You guys saw me open up that roll. I was not expecting that to be in there. So very nice. Well, at least we didn't walk away completely empty-handed. We do have a bicentennial quarter that I'll look for that. 2 older 1940s era nickels, 3 wheat pennies, and then a complete roll. I went ahead and wrapped them up of the Zitsala Ka BU coins. If anybody wants them, just let me know. And I did get lucky and find another W coin, so that will certainly update our list. Oddly, yesterday when I went to Five Below, when I went to Five Below, got another W coin in my change, which was a completely different one. So now that makes 3 that I have 2 that I have found, which is pretty nice. All right, love and appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to go out and enjoy this wonderful cigar in the hot Florida heat. I have fans on me, so it's not unbearable. I mean, almost unbearable. Like and subscribe, share, shoot me a message. You can find me on Whatnot. Same title, Coins and a Cigar and Whatnot. I do have stuff in the store, and I will at some point have an auction or a live auction that I will open up to sell some of the stash that I have accumulated over the last several months. Learning every day, growing every day. Oh, a reminder, that 1982 Denver, please confirm whether or not it is a small or large date. I'm pretty sure it's the small date. That's not going to help. Pretty sure that is the large date. But man, I would love to know officially for sure. Subscribe, like, share. Love you guys. Happy hunting. And see you next time.